Hi, this is Macnab-Stark from The Art of Screenwriting, and I wanted to talk today about the art of the rewrite. As a professional screenwriter, as someone who does a lot of script editing, script doctoring, plus of course the work I do on my own screenplays, it's crucial that I have a robust and effective way of rewriting screenplays. And when I talk to other screenwriters, particularly beginning screenwriters, I find that many people have a hard time knowing exactly what it is they're supposed to be doing when they rewrite a screenplay. And what they wind up doing is just sort of playing around with it and changing a little bit here and a little bit there, but with no clear structure. And I certainly understand that, because when I was first writing myself, I would write a first draft, put it away for a couple of weeks, and then when I'd pull it back out, I'd look through it. And I didn't really know what to do. I'd change a few words here, change a bit there, and I felt, it's pretty good. The reality is, however, that pretty good isn't enough if you want your screenplays to be competitive in what is a very competitive market. People are looking for excellence. So how do you get excellence? How do you go from the raw first draft to something that is much more polished and something that is going to be of interest to producers, something that's going to look like a professional screenplay? My recommendation is that you have a very clear structure and that you review the screenplay a number of times before you feel that you are done with it. If you're not convinced that that's what the pros do, I read one time that Ernest Hemingway rewrote the ending for his story For Whom the Bell Tolls apparently 39 times. I don't know if that's an apocryphal story or true, but certainly it's dedication. I do know that M. Night Shyamalan, when he was writing The Sixth Sense, it wasn't until the 10th draft that he had the idea that the psychologist should be a ghost. So it was only by working that story again and again and again until he was really happy with it that he came up with that key breakthrough. So what should you be doing when you rewrite your story, when you review your screenplay? Once you've got your first draft, the first thing you should do is go back to basics. Go back to your structural outline. Look at the key points in the screenplay. Look at the opening. Look at the inciting incident. Look at the act breaks. Look at the ending. These are key points in a story. They should be incredibly strong. These should be powerful moments. Sometimes what happens when you're writing the story is that these moments become weaker in the actual writing than they seem in the structural outline. Go back to those, look at them again, make sure that those points in the story are as strong as they can be. Once you've done that, the next thing to look at is characters. If you've got good character profiles, and that's something I talk about elsewhere, you need to pull your character profiles out, review the character profile, and then look at each of the appearances of that character in the screenplay and look at what they do. Are they acting consistently with that character profile? Is the character profile an interesting one that generates conflict, that generates interesting actions on the behalf of, on the part of that character? Review your characters, review their dialogue. Is their dialogue an expression of those character traits? Do that for each of the main characters in the story. That's your second pass through. Third time through, you're going to look at individual scenes. Take each scene and look at that scene. How would you rate that scene on a scale of 1 to 10? If it's anything less than an 8, a 9, or a 10, then you really need to look at how you can rewrite that and strengthen that scene. Each scene should be interesting in and of itself. Those are the key elements. There's still 2 more passes to go. The next one is dialogue. Go through and look at dialogue. What is the role of dialogue in a story? It is not exposition. It is not to carry the story. Dialogue should be supporting those things and expressing character. So look at the way you have your characters speaking. Does it express their character? Is it interesting? Is there subtext in there? Are characters talking in different voices? How interesting and effective is your dialogue? And then finally, you can go back and look at the descriptions. Screenplays, the sort of screenplays that you're writing and are going to be sending out to producers, are selling documents. These are not shooting scripts. You want something that is engaging, that sets the scene, that carries the reader along. So look at your descriptions. They should be short, they should be interesting, they should be vivid, they should be bringing scenes to life. Get those elements right, and you will have effectively taken your first draft and dramatically improved it. That's the art of the rewrite. This has been Don Macnab-Stark from The Art of Screenwriting. Please visit the website at www.theartofscreenwriting.com, sign up for a free newsletter, and keep writing. Thanks.